I'm never going to be in a relationship, I don't care who you are, what you have, what you've accomplished in life, where I'm not being respected.
As a human being, I make mistakes. As a human being, I am selfish. As a human being, I have desires, and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always being the kind of husband that you're supposed to be. That's just is what that is. You know, I've cheated. I've done things that husbands ain't supposed to do. And that's what eventually led to us talking about divorce.
Ne-Yo is facing one of the biggest scandals of his entire career. And this time, it's coming straight from his ex-wife, Crystal Renee. She's not holding back anymore. Crystal dropped a string of explosive accusations painting Ne-Yo as abusive, controlling, and manipulative toward the women he's currently involved with. And get this, not one, not two, but 4 girlfriends at the same time. But that's not even the craziest part. A disturbing video just leaked online, shaking social media to its core and leaving fans stunned in disbelief. Every new clip, every detail Crystal shares, every photo or piece of evidence that pops up, it all keeps tearing down Ne-Yo's once polished image. The same man who used to sing about love, loyalty, and respect is now being exposed as the opposite of everything he claimed to stand for. Fans who once adored him are now questioning everything they ever believed about his music, his relationships, and his character. What's shocking is how fast everything has unraveled. Allegations of emotional abuse, manipulation, and even physical violence are everywhere. The internet turns savage, dragging Ne-Yo from one platform to the next. But while his name is getting dragged through the mud, his team isn't staying quiet. They fired back, calling Crystal a bitter ex-wife, accusing her of trying to destroy his career and blackmail him for attention. It's chaos on both sides, and nobody seems to be backing down. Here's where things get really dark. Ne-Yo has reportedly been in a polyamorous relationship with 4 women: Christina, Ariel, Monet, and Bree. At first, everyone thought they were all cool with it, grown adults living their truth. But Crystal says that was all a show. Behind the scenes, it was nothing but jealousy, lies, and manipulation. According to her, Ne-Yo was allegedly playing mind games with all of them, forcing them to fight for his attention, making each one feel like they were special while turning them against each other. The women, Crystal says, were constantly in competition, posting fake smiles online, shading each other in stories, pretending everything was perfect while chaos exploded behind closed doors. Once Crystal realized how ugly it was getting, she said she had no choice but to speak up. Some people believe she's doing this for revenge, but others say she's warning these women before they end up broken like she was. The timing was wild. Just hours before Crystal spoke out, one of Ne-Yo's girlfriends went viral after showing off tattoos of his face and name on her thigh, her inner lip, and her arm. Fans were shocked. But not long after, Crystal posted photos showing bruises on Christina's face.
I make mistakes. As a human being, I am selfish. As a human being, I have desires, and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always being the kind of husband that you're supposed to be. That's just is what that is. You know, I've cheated. I've done things that husbands ain't supposed to do. And that's what eventually led to us talking about divorce.
Claiming Ne-Yo was responsible. His camp quickly tried to twist the story, saying the bruises came from a private moment that got too rough. But Crystal didn't buy that for a second. She claimed Ne-Yo's history speaks for itself: selfish, controlling, and cruel. And honestly, it's hard to argue, because this man's past tells a story on its own. Let's rewind. Before Crystal, there was Monietta Shaw, his first baby mama. She was loyal for 14 years, built a family with him, gave him everything. They had 2 kids together, and she thought he was her forever. But behind the scenes, Ne-Yo was allegedly cheating, constantly. And then came the moment that broke her for good. He convinced her to get her tubes tied, promising that he didn't want more children, that their family was complete. Trusting him, she did it, only to find out later he'd been having affairs and starting new families behind her back. Imagine giving up your ability to have kids for a man who walks away to build another life with someone else. That's a heartbreak you don't recover from easily. Then came Crystal. People warned her. They said you lose them how you get them. Rumors claim she'd started as his side chick, but she believed their love was different. They got married, had 3 children, renewed their vows in 2022. Picture perfect. But months later, the truth came crashing down. Crystal filed for divorce and aired everything out. Her post went viral. She wrote, 8 years of lies and deception.
Shut down? All right, yeah, I'm gonna go to my house. I'm gonna go where I know my kids is at, where I know my mama at, where I know my wife who don't like me right now, but it's all right. Because if we gonna die, we gonna figure it out.
8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. She called his behavior the mentality of a narcissist. Fans rallied behind her. But Neo, he hit her post with a like, then went online pretending to be calm, tweeting, "For the sake of our children, my family and I will work through our challenges privately." But behind the scenes, he was allegedly trying to kick her out of their home and even made her pay his legal fees because she filed for divorce. Talk about petty. And just when fans thought things couldn't get uglier, another name entered the picture, Sade Bagner. Crystal had already accused Neo of fathering a child with her during their marriage, but it turned out to be worse. Not one child, two. One in 2021, another in 2023. That means he was seeing Sade for years behind Crystal's back. But even Sade didn't get a happy ending. She later came forward claiming Neo had been violent toward her too. In one post, Sade wrote that Neo allegedly slammed her to the ground during an argument and even forced himself on her afterward. She called him Diddy Jr., comparing his behavior to the same disturbing rumors about abusive men in the industry, and told him to show the world the real you. Neo, of course, denied everything. He jumped on podcasts like Drink Champs and tried to sound remorseful, saying, "I'm human. I've made mistakes. I wasn't always the husband I should have been. I've cheated. I've done things I shouldn't have done. That's what led to the divorce." But it felt hollow. Fans weren't moved. They'd heard the same apology too many times before. On that same interview, Neo admitted he didn't want the divorce, saying Crystal refused to reconcile after he had a baby outside their marriage. Then he rambled about going back to his family's house, saying, "If we gonna die, we gonna figure it out." But people weren't buying it. To make things worse, he allegedly told Crystal he wouldn't pay any alimony, despite being the one who begged her to quit her career and stay home to raise their kids. When she tried to rebuild her life, he reportedly left petty comments on her social media instead of supporting her. Now, fans are connecting the dots, from convincing Monyetta to get her tubes tied, to allegedly putting hands on Crystal and Sade, to emotionally controlling every woman he's been with. The pattern is loud. The leaked photos, the bruises, the videos, they've all pushed people to question if his gentleman image was ever real. And instead of owning up, Neo keeps dodging. No real remorse, no accountability, just excuses. But this time, with the footage spreading everywhere, there's no charm or love song that can fix this. Fans are saying it's over, that the truth finally caught up to him. And if these allegations turn out to be true, Neo could be facing a downfall so deep that no PR spin, no smooth apology, and no Miss Independent nostalgia will ever save him again.